Hey, Mr. Miyagi style guys and gals. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's a beautiful day today. It went from minus 14 to 4 degrees today. It is sunny. My dog's not happy. He just got back from the vet. He's got his annual shot, so he's gonna be a little bit draggy today. But he did get lots of treats though. I didn't get any. What's going on with that? I had to take him. I'm doing a big project. I'm really excited about this project. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of gathering things and planning on what to do with this project. We are booked for a trip to Thailand and Malaysia in April. So I've got about a month to get ready, and that's what I've been kind of doing for the last two weeks, getting all my gear together. Just so a little bit know about me. I'm actually from Malaysia. I was born in Penang. It's my hometown. We lived there for a few years, and then we moved to KL, and we ended up living in KL. My dad's Chinese, but he's actually from Malaysia. My mom's actually from Taiwan. They're both Chinese. So it's a little history about us. I am one of 4 boys in the family. I have 3 brothers. I have an adopted sister that later on came in our life. When I was 8 years old, my dad's an electrical engineer. He was the money maker, so we followed where he went in terms of his job and where the money was. First was Penang, and then he got a job offer in KL, and we picked up and moved all 6 of us to KL. And then in KL, when I was 8, he was given a job offer in Canada, of all places, Quebec, Canada. If you don't know anything about Quebec, Canada, it's probably one of the coldest provinces. Well, Malaysia is actually a tropical country. It's hot there, right? So for us to pick up, we've never seen snow, we've never seen cold. We went from 40 degrees, 35, 40 degrees to minus 20 degrees and snow. It was such a culture and weather shock for us. It was just incredible. In Quebec, we were only there for about a year, and then my dad got another job offer in Windsor, Ontario. So again, picked up the family, moved us all to Windsor, Ontario, where he worked as a studio engineer as well. And then after about 2 years, he got another job offer, even a better job offer, at a very reputable college in this city, which is London, Ontario, and working as a studio technician. So again, picked us all up, and off we go to this city, the city that I've been here for most of my life. And this is where I met my wife, and we raised a family. So all that together, I've been in Canada for over 45 years. And I am the only one in the family of all the boys, my mom and my dad, that's never actually been back home to Malaysia. My family has gone back more than one time to visit, vacation. I just never had the opportunity to do that. So long story short, my wife has never been to Asia, and I've never been back to Asia. A few years back, we decided to visit Asia. Food, beaches, and things are much less expensive in Asia. Asia is the only place I've never been. It's a long trip. Just so you know, for us to fly from here, Ontario, to Asia, or to Phuket, it's a 15-hour plane ride from here to Hong Kong, and then we connected on about a 4-hour flight from Hong Kong to Phuket. So it's about a 20-hour plane ride. It's a long journey, that's for sure. And I'm not a big plane guy. I like taking off and landing. I just don't like anything in between and before and after the travel part. We decided to go and made plans about 5 years ago to go to tour Bangkok, Vietnam, and Malaysia, and go back home to visit my relatives. And we were ready to book. The month before we were about to book, we heard of this little thing called COVID, and I decided to just kind of hold back on booking. Come on, buddy, let's go. And the good thing I did, because we had not yet booked anything, we were just about to, had everything ready to go. So a month after that, everything started to shut down, and that's when we said, okay, I guess we're not going. So we had to cancel our trip, and we waited it out. And we thought maybe it was going to be quick. So 5 years later, here we are. a couple years after COVID hit, things started to open up a little bit. The tourism was just brutal. It was killing a lot of countries. So they decided to open up some countries, but with very strict limitations in terms of travel. Our first stop after they opened up was Jamaica, because Jamaica was pretty bad shape, and their main primary revenue is tourism. So we decided to kind of wait a little bit longer for the big trip. It's a long trip to go with all these restrictions, and they were only allowing a certain amount of people in the country, and so on and so forth. Anyways, so we decided to wait it up. We wanted to wait until everything was cool, everything was back to 100%, and it started getting back to there about I think in 2023, 2024, it started going back into 100%, and now we know that it's back to 100%. And a lot of the vendors and tourism places, hotels, recovered, and a lot of them didn't, unfortunately. So we felt that it was time to go, so we booked, and I'm excited. We're ready to go, and we'll move on to the next part of the trip. Ciao, bye. All right, guys, did you get bored with all that stuff about me at the front? Just a little bit about where I'm from and the purpose of this project. I'm going to be doing a video journal. It's going to document my trip to Thailand and Malaysia, and I'm going to be away for 3 weeks. So I'll try and do some of the, and it'll be short spurts of this document, this video document while I'm there. So I'm going to be limited with internet access. I'm going to have my small laptop with me, so there'll just be videos of me, you know, at different islands and that kind of thing, and how I use the cameras. And the first chapter of this video journal is going to be prep and the gear that I'm going to be bringing to on this trip. And you'll see on this table here, this is all stuff that I'm bringing. I know, and this is the condensed version. This is not even including the dive housings. I will have 4 dive housings with me. So one for the DJI Action 4, one for the X4. There will be 2 for the Ace Pro and the Ace Pro 2. Thank goodness that they use the same dive housing, so I can mix and match the 2 together. They're going to be in my check-in luggage and also my carry-on luggage. So I have 2 gear bags. This one I bought years ago, and I absolutely love this. It's a Case Logic SLR bag, and in the inside there's actually compartments that you can actually adjust to have different things. I like this for a couple reasons. It's tough. This has been through so many trips with me. It's gone to the south so many times. It's gone to Europe. It's gone to out west, east, everywhere with me, and this thing is holding out, and surprisingly enough, there's no rips, nothing, and all my gear goes in there. It's got a front pouch, which I've got it down to a T, what I put in this and what I need for quick access. This bag comes with me as a personal item. I have a carry-on, this bag. So all my camera, laptop goes into this bag. It's probably the most expensive thing that I carry with me when I go on any trip. The compartments are adjustable. There are pockets in the front here, and I put like batteries, moisture pads. My extra phone is also in the, yeah, speaking of which, I didn't put this in on my list here. So I'll show you, I'll go through what I bring. And then the back, I carry my 13-inch 2-in-1 laptop in there, which I'm going to be, I was kind of hesitating whether to bring it or not. But if I'm going to be sending some social media content up, I'm going to need something a little bit more powerful. My tablet's great, but it's just so restricted and so limited. It's not as powerful. So the laptop's coming with me. It's not that much bigger, so I can have it all in one bag. It's got side pockets for my headphones. It's even got secret pockets in the back. It's even got side pockets on the side. This is the one I'm bringing. The reason why I have 2. So this is one, and this is the one I bought about 1.5 years ago. This is my carry-on case. I bought this on Amazon. It's one of the best cases that I have next to the Case Logic. The reason why I bought this one is because I'm accumulating more cameras. So I'm bringing more cameras with me when I travel. This bag will actually hold more than that bag. It's a tad bigger. It's not that much bigger, but it will actually hold more. And For some weird reason, the Case Logic one that I have, it's a little bit slimmer when I have it on my back. So it fits a little bit better underneath the airplane seat for me. And the purpose of this trip is because we're island hopping and we're doing a lot of stops in cities and that kind of thing, that we're going to be moving a lot. We're leaving in a month and a bit, and you're all going to say, well, it's pretty early, but I've spent the last 2 weeks trying to figure out the luggage that I'm going to be using, how the best possible way, so I'm not carrying full hard case luggages, which is what I usually bring. And I'm going from a hard luggage to a duffel bag system. And I'm packing lighter in terms of clothes because I'm going to be in the tropics most of the time and I can always buy stuff there. I found these duffel bag. It's actually made by Sherwood. It's a hockey duffel bag. I'll drop a link of all the stuff that I've mentioned on here so you can actually go take a look at them. I actually found this is unusual. A lot of people have been saying use a hockey bag for your check-in luggage because it's softer, it's easier to move around, especially the ones with wheels on them. Now the hockey bags are bigger, but you can strap them down because they're soft cases, right? So I actually found a Sherwood one with wheels on it. It doesn't have the pull handle, it just has a strap, and it's a very strong bag. And it holds a lot of stuff in there. This bag can get pretty big, but I have to keep it to airport policies in terms of check-in luggage. So it has to be a certain weight, has to be a certain size. So I've used luggage strap to strap it and tighten it so it actually looks like a small luggage. And everything I can fit in there and more. And this is the only one that I saw that the duffel bag strap that you hold on to actually converts into backpack. So I can pull them apart and then use it as a backpack if I needed to. It gives you that option for this kind of travel. And this is the first time I've done this. So if you guys have any tips or tricks for me, if you guys have been traveling island to island hopping in Thailand or anywhere else in Vietnam or whatever, and you've been doing this for a while and you have some tips for me, I've got a couple of tips as well. Please put them down. I'd be happy to hear from you. I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to find out new ways of packing and packing light for this trip. The equipment. So everything here you see, except with the exception of this guy, goes into this Case Logic bag, the slim bag that I have. These cases are not cheap. Any SLR bag, you guys know, whether it's Lone Pro, Tarion, or it's Think Tank cases, you know, the big brand name cases, they're never cheap. Like you're paying about $100 to $200, maybe more for some of the cases I've seen. I actually bought this. It's funny because it was a local shop in our city that had these, and they were clearing them out for some weird reason because they're getting out of camera bags. And I ended up picking this up for like 30 bucks, and this is the best case that I have. The Tarion one I bought later on just because I wanted a little bit more room. That one was 100 bucks. And you know, there's a big difference, and it doesn't carry that much more, maybe a couple more cameras, and that's pretty much it, right? So all this that you see on the table here goes into that bag, that little bag, and it fits perfectly well. First things first, the cameras. Okay, I'm just gonna put these in as I'm introducing them to you. Ooh, I forgot this guy. All right. First things first, the cameras. With this project, I'm going to be shooting exclusively with Insta360 products, just because I have more of their products, right? I also have the DJI, and you'll see the other two cameras, the actual point cameras, are a different brand. But my main cameras, in terms of vlogging throughout the trip, and when I'm on the streets of the islands, and when I'm diving, it's going to be these cameras that I'll be using, the Insta360. I will be using the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 when I'm diving. I will have two cameras with me. The main shooters for me when I'm scuba diving is going to be the Ace Pro 2, which will be on a selfie stick. But I also have tech shorts when I dive. So I have these diving shorts that have two big pockets on the side, and they will fit either one of the cameras. The only thing I have in those shorts is my dive knife and my emergency shears. But they will fit because one of the pockets will hold the X4 with the dive housing. If you guys know, the X4 with the dive housing is actually quite big. It's huge. It looks like you're holding this great big lamp. So I have actually dedicated pocket in my shorts for the X4 with a neoprene cover on it. So because the X4 dive case scratches very easily, I've already put a nick on it. But good thing that nick is not where it's gonna interrupt the video. So that's going to be on my shorts. So I'm going to be shooting with two cameras. One is going to be the Ace Pro 2 and one will be the X4, and I'm going to swap them back and forth. My wife is going to have the DJI Action 4 so she carries a camera as well. So there'll be three cameras rolling at any given time when we are doing our dives. For the rest of the trip, when we're in Thailand and Phuket, when we're doing island hopping, we're on the beach, I will be shooting with most likely the Ace Pro 2 as a vlogger, maybe the DJI Action 4 as a backup. So if I do, I'm bringing batteries. So if I do run out of batteries with the Ace Pro 2, I can have it charging, pull out my Action 4 and shoot with the Action 4, and then go back to the Ace Pro 2. I'd rather have the Ace Pro 2 just because personally I prefer the color science of the Ace Pro 2, especially when the sunlight is good and the details in the background. I find the Ace Pro 2 better, and also the exposure. Because of the face detection, it blows the Action 4 away, and it actually blows the A5 Pro away. And we've seen lots of videos. I'm not going to go into it. We've seen lots of videos of close focus exposure with that face detection. That's one hands down advantage that the Ace Pro 2 has over all the action cameras, even the GoPros. Drinky time. Can't wait. The other camera, so I'm going to take out the two cameras. I'm also bringing my Ace Pro because I have two Ace Pros and I have an Ace Pro 2. So the Ace Pro is also going to come with me as a backup camera. Just in case something happens, or God forbid I lose my Ace Pro 2. I hope I don't. I have the Ace Pro as a backup for diving or just around. Unfortunately, the vlogging is going to be an issue because we all know the Ace Pro has a close limit focus. I'm not bringing my close-up lens. So I'll probably likely, if I'm vlogging, if I lose my Ace Pro 2 for any reason, or if something's wrong with it, I will levitate to the Action 4 just for the close focusing. But I'll use everything else for with the Ace Pro. The other camera I'm going to be bringing, that's going to be the shooter while I travel. It's going to be the Go 3S. So this is going to be at the airport. It's going to come with me all the time. Going into town, if I'm going to eat, if we're renting a scooter, if I'm scootering around, just so I have different perspectives. The Go 3 is nice because the Go 3, I can just pop that little camera and put it somewhere and film us doing whatever. It's so versatile that it's tiny, that if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm filming people, it's just more discreet for me to have having this great big camera in people's face. Now, I know I've seen a million videos of the people in Thailand. I think they love being a subject of any video, especially if you're a YouTuber. That's going to give me a little bit of versatility with the Go 3S. I also have the dive housing for the Go 3S, just the camera itself. So if I'm snorkeling, I may take the Go 3S and just do snorkeling. Or I will take either one of the bigger cameras and go snorkeling. It'll depend on, I'll play it by ear which camera I'm going to use and where I am. So that's the Go 3S, camera number 3. Then we have accessories. I have my little clip for the Go 3S that clips onto a hat and you can maneuver around. I have the just accessories like mounts for it. I'll put that in there. And selfie sticks. I have a mini selfie stick. I'm bringing two other ones, my carbon fiber one, and then I'm going to bring a longer one with the tripod. I don't think I'm going to bring my 3-meter stick. It's just too bulky, and I don't know when I'm going to use it, so I doubt I'm going to use it, so I'm not going to bring it. So I'll have 3 selfie sticks, plus I also have 2 diving ones that I use specifically for when I'm in the water, when I'm diving, that kind of thing. So I'm actually bringing like 5 selfie sticks. I have my little memory card holder thing. Expands up. It holds memory cards. It's actually also a memory card reader. It has a cable, plugs into USB, and I keep extra memory cards in here just in case. Always bring extra memory cards. Memory cards are so cheap, there's no reason not to. Okay. I will be bringing the DJI Mic 2. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm not bringing the DJI Mic Mini. I have both. The reason why I'm not bringing the Mic Mini is because I think it might be too small for me to carry around. I'm afraid I'm going to lose this thing. And the other biggest, I have it right here, I'm using actually for this vlog. And the other reason why I'm bringing the mic too is in case I need to record for any reason without the camera rolling or just doing audio recording, I can do it with the mic too. I cannot do it with the mic mini because there's no internal memory on the mic mini. So I will be bringing this guy and I've got it connected, paired up with the Ace Pro, the Ace Pro 2, and also my DJI Action 4. So when I turn on those cameras, I have the mic, and I also got it connected to my X4 as well. So whichever camera I have on, this will actually connect, and I'll have mic voice if I need it. I don't really need it for the Ace Pro 2 just because of the wind muff. But for the Action 4, the X4, I'll definitely be probably using the mic too. And then we have charger blocks. And then we have that selfie magnetic mount that I'm going to be carrying with me. It's going to be mounted on my backpack. I have a special backpack that's going to be around when I'm doing shopping. Like I have a backpack for water, I have a backpack for town, I have a backpack for traveling. And this will go on the magnetic. I love this magnetic mount, so I'll be bringing this. And then we have the charger. Okay. The other two, I'm going to go through the cameras. Here's the X4. I'll be bringing the X4. And of course, I have the quick charger with Insta360. I love this thing because this allows me to charge 2 batteries at a time. So I can charge an Ace Pro battery, I can charge an X4 battery in here. And I can also use a power bank and charge, let's say my phone or even my Action 4 if I wanted to. I can have this charging my units, and then I'll have fully charged cameras to use once I'm done with whatever, and then continue on for the day. This will allow me to do that, and that's the nice thing about this is I can charge literally 4 devices with this thing. I have a splitter. It's a USB-C splitter. It's actually USB-C in, and then it splits into 2 USB-C plugs. So I can actually charge 2 devices simultaneously externally using the power bank, plus 2 batteries in this. So this is where this comes in handy. Okay, the cameras. I'm actually debating whether I'm going to carry this camera or not. So I always carry 2 cameras with me, usually point and shoots. And the reason why you're probably asking, well, why do you need 2 point and shoots if you've got all these other cameras? These are just still cameras. And that's why I don't use these for video whatsoever. And my Lumix, it's a ZX60 camera, it's Panasonic. This thing has a Leica lens on it, and it's just unbelievable. It's a 30x optical zoom camera. I bought this for Italy, and the pictures I got out of this on 30x is insane. Like I was taking, like we were in a balcony, and it was so far you couldn't even see the people. It was a patio. There were people eating. I actually took a picture of a couple that was eating, like close up. I could see his glass and his drink and everything. You couldn't see the people from where we were located, but this picked it up 30x. Now, granted, at 30x, you have to keep it absolutely still because at the 30x is completely magnified, right? One small movement and it's just gone. So I had to lean against something or prop it onto a tripod or actually a ledge or something like that, which is what I did. Was a window ledge, so I put it on the window ledge. But for scenic shots, I literally, when I'm somewhere, I always go around and do scenic shots. Like if I'm at the beach, and this will come with me as well. So I'm going to bring a bunch of cameras. I have this great big waterproof bag that all this will go in. And if like there's so many mountains in Thailand and stuff, like the scenic is just unbelievably gorgeous. And this will give me good scenic close-up photos of islands and stuff like that, whereas the action cameras won't do that. You know, even with clarity zoom on the Ace Pro 2, yeah, you can get pretty good zoom close up. But when you want to go farther out and check out an island, or if you see something, you know, far away, this is the guy that's going to pick it up at 30x, right? So that's why I still bring this. This is my go-to camera. It goes wherever I go and wherever my action camera goes. There's this one here. I'm debating whether to bring this or not because this, in a lot of ways, the Ace Pro 2, because of its 50 megapixel or 48 megapixel or 36 megapixel, it actually takes really good photos. And I did this last year when I was in Dominican. I actually didn't take this, and I just used my Action Pro to take stills, and it did a great job. Now, granted, it's only 2x zoom on clarity zoom, but you have to shoot it in 12 megapixel only. It's also the only camera that's commercially a point and shoot camera that's actually rated 83 feet submersible in the water. I actually took this diving with me. It's hilarious. You can't buy this anymore. It's very hard. It's the XP140 by Fujifilm. The photos on this is phenomenal, and it does have and the one thing I really like about this is it does have the 4x optical zoom, which will still be better than the action camera that I have. It doesn't matter if it's the Action or the Ace Pro. So I'm debating whether to bring this or not. I might not. So I still got a month to decide. I'd like to bring it just because it's a good beach camera and it's tough as hell. And I get that 4x picture with this. It's still pretty good. 4x is still better than 2x, you know, by any means. So we'll see. It's not adding too much weight bulk to my bag, so I might bring it anyways. Even if I don't use it, I'll give my wife to use. I always bring an extra phone. I bring two phones with me. I have my main phone. I have this one, both of which will use that supports eSIM. If you're going to Asia or any overseas, eSIM is the best. I remember the days when I had to go to a store, buy a SIM card, put it in, buy the service and stuff like that. Well, that's long gone now. You can still do that, but for people who have phones that don't support eSIM, but I have actually bought phones now because I've been traveling so much that eSIM is so much easier and it's so much cheaper, and you can find deals. There's literally like 30 eSIM providers all over the world. And I could buy like a Thailand package. It's like, you know, unlimited use for 30 days for like $50. So I'm probably gonna get that right now. I'll have unlimited access, internet access. It's 4 or 5G too, right? So both of these is for in case I lose my one phone, I have a secondary phone that I can fall back to. So I always carry an extra phone habit. That said, one of the biggest things that I'm gonna bring is the, of course, I've been kind of humming and hawing about this. Is I'm bringing the Hover Air X1 Pro. I wasn't going to originally bring it because Thailand has strict drone laws in terms of flying them, and you have to literally get like 2 licenses to fly a drone in Thailand. And I'm thinking that I probably won't fly this up high. I'll just be a kind of a selfie camera, and I'll fly it where there's really not a lot of authorities and people around and stuff like that. You won't see me flying this in the city because I'm gonna get busted, and it's a heavy fine, and it could be jail too, right? I do have my drone license here, but to apply for the drone license in Thailand, it's a lot of red tape, and you have to go through 2 licenses, and one you can't get until you're actually there. So I'm just going to be very discreet about this. And I know some of you will say, oh, you shouldn't do it, you get caught, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Like I said, the only time I'm going to fly this up when there's nobody around. You know, if I'm island hopping, a lot of the islands on Thailand, there's nobody on there. There's no authorities, no cops, nobody. And I've seen people fly drones without licenses on vid, and nobody cares, right? I think if you're flying in a more congested area like city like Phuket or Bangkok or Chiang Mai, those places, yeah, I could see why that would be a problem. You can, however, bring drones into Thailand. There's nothing illegal about that. It's just that when you do fly it, you do require that license in case you get stopped or that kind of thing. So I will probably be very discreet about this. I thought about just bringing my original Hover Air X1, but then I want that 4K, and I want that little bit better range, some better features. So I'm bringing the. Hopefully I don't get confiscated. It's an expensive toy to get confiscated. I'm going to be very discreet. And then you have the accessories. So I have a pack that's all the batteries. Batteries for literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 cameras. There's 4 camera extra batteries in here in this little pouch. And you have to carry that on a plane. You can't check batteries into a check bag. And then my laptop, my 13-inch 2-in-1 laptop, which I also use to watch movies, pad and pen, and then we have a couple of accessory bags. So these are my only accessory bags. So cables, plugs, mounts, that kind of thing, little bits and pieces, lens guard, bumpers, that kind of stuff. So it'll get going here. And then I have my lens box, which I created. This actually, I think, carries extra lenses for the Ace Pro, the Ace Pro 2, my DJI Action 4. It also carries the extra lenses for the X4 as well with the wrench. So everything is in this little box here, and I made that myself, and it's customized so it fits everything, and it's tiny. So that's that. My pillow, and also, guys, I this is the weirdest thing ever. If you ever travel, go to the dollar store and buy a pile of these hair ties, these elastic hair ties. And I don't have any hair, so it's not for my hair, obviously. Let me just cut this off. I use these all the time. I bring the 2 tips that I have for you is what to bring when you're traveling. And these are very light items. And these are things I constantly use. You never know when you use them. Hair ties for diving. It's very useful to tie gear onto your stuff. And they're very strong. And just to wrap things around. So if you have poles and stuff like that, you can just wrap it around instead of carrying elastic bands, right? These work really good and they're light. I just bring a little, there's like 20 of these on here and they're like a couple bucks. The other thing is zip ties. The best way for luggages is if you take zip ties and just and take the two zipper holes, the loopholes, and just tie them together so they don't accidentally open when they're in the check-in bay or the plane or whatever. I've seen it happen, and I've had it happen to me where the zippers come apart, or they get moved, they open up. Zip ties will keep it together, and it's easy for TSA to just cut them, and if they need to get into your luggage room, just cut them and they go in, right? And you can buy ones that are actually reusable. So they actually come out and you can put them back in. They have a little tab that opens up the locking part of the zip tie. So I've got a month to prep for this, and there's still things I'm testing out, like backpacks and what I'm packing and stuff like that. So just bear with me, guys. And I think this is probably pretty close to what I'm going to be bringing in and the setup that I'm going to have. I'm in the midst of just getting my dive gear. You can see all the crap. Whoever said Chat X, for you, if you say my place looks like a garage, you might be right. So I have my dive tank there. I'm just doing some customization for my regs, for my scuba. Oh, we're bringing our scuba gear too, so that's the other thing. So we have extra bulk that we actually bring our scuba, my regs, our fins, our goggles, and our vests. We have travel vests and travel regs, so we're bringing. So there's a lot to think about, and then we have paperwork to do and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, that's it. Sorry this took so long, but this is the kind of the prep and gear segment of this whole video journal, and I hope you guys will follow me, and if you don't, that's fine. But if you want to see my journey back home, definitely give me a follow, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Ciao guys, respect, later.